Hi, everyone, and welcome to my thoughts, my feelings, and my memories of the film Singin' in the Rain from 1952. This year, it is celebrating its 65th anniversary, and thanks to TCM, I got a chance to go see it, catch a screening this week with my mom, who was also born in 1952. She was born just a few months after this film got released. I believe she had seen the film before as a teenager. I had seen the movie once before this, actually in the theater. I'd seen the film a few times, but the first time I ever saw Singin' in the Rain was in 1995 when I took a film course in college. It was a film history class, and we went throughout the many years, and we got to the 1950s. He showed us this film. Now, I'd heard about this movie before watching it, of course. I had an idea of what it was about and who was in the film. But honestly, be perfectly honest with you, my introduction to Singin' in the Rain came from another film that came out many years after Singin' in the Rain that used the classic song Singin' in the Rain. So in the early 1990s, when I discovered Stanley Kubrick for the first time, I went to my local library, and for $1, I rented a film called A Clockwork Orange. In A Clockwork Orange, there's this horrible, amazing, scary, awful sequence where the main character, Alex, is played by Malcolm McDowell, and he sings Singin' in the Rain as he's doing this horrible, terrible, awful thing. So that was my introduction pretty much to Singin' in the Rain, at least the song. When I finally saw the movie itself, of course the movie is a lot different from A Clockwork Orange, but I think the song has been honored in two amazing ways. It's been honored, of course, originally with the movie Singin' in the Rain, but as well with this great classic, amazing film, A Clockwork Orange, with that horrible sequence that is really tough to think about when you're seeing it again in an amazing way with this 1952 film where they're singing and dancing and laughing and this really joyous moment. So those are the things, the ideas that are going through my mind as I talk about this wonderful, beautiful film today. That I happen to be introduced to the initial song through that very infamous, amazing, crazy, awesome film from 1971. Let's go back and let's talk now about Singin' in the Rain itself, the film. Of course, the movie stars Gene Kelly, who co-directed the film. It also stars Donald O'Connor and the lovely Debbie Reynolds, who sadly passed away a month ago, just a day after Carrie Fisher, her daughter, passed away. And now there's a documentary on HBO that just got released that I'm really looking forward to see because I love both these women. You know, thanks to Carrie Fisher and her amazing career and her association with Star Wars, she has pretty much changed my life ever since I was a young little boy. And then Debbie Reynolds, as I got older and get to see more of her career. I wish I had a chance to see her live. I heard that she was amazing live, but it's great to go into a theater today and see her in the film that made her a star. And she is wonderful in this film with the incredible dancing and singing and acting. I do also want to mention one of my favorite characters in the movie, because this movie centers around, the movie was made in the 1950s, but it centers around the time where the silent era was turned into the talkies. And there's this actress in the film that's beautiful, gorgeous, but she can't sing, she can't dance, she can't act, and her voice is just awful. And of course, in the movie, she's played by an actress named Jean Hagen. I don't know if I've ever seen Jean Hagen in anything else or before. I might not even known it, but her performance, is just as incredible as anything else in this film. I mean, just funny and a little sad and pathetic, and she was just so great in the movie, and it's great to see her in the film again. And to my surprise, she was one of the 2 Oscar nominations for this film. She didn't win, but she was nominated for Best Supporting Actress. Now, one thing I knew about this film going in, I knew the plot, and I remember when I saw another film that came out a few years ago that actually won Best Picture, The Artist, in 2011, I was reminded that these movies kind of have a similar plot. There's these characters in the film that are dealing with change and how they deal with it. Of course, in The Artist, it's a French actor dealing with the fact that he doesn't know English very well, and if he has to talk, it's going to be more difficult, and he might lose his fan base that he had before when he was in the silent era. And in this film, of course, it's dealing with the same thing, except for these are American actors, but maybe they don't talk so well. And if they get out there, they're going to lose everything. They're going to be found out as phonies. So the similar plots that I knew about, and I just remembered as I was watching this movie today, I was remembering the Artist. And I feel like The Artist is probably a film that looks up to a movie like Singin' in the Rain. Now, the performances in this film are, of course, incredible, and the singing, the dancing, the wonderful songs, and the look of the film. I mean, even the movie, I love when it just kind of takes a break from its plot to give you an amazing dance performance. From Donald O'Connor to Gene Kelly, and there's one time near the end where Gene Kelly dances with Sid Charisse, this famous dancer, and it's just a beautiful, lovely sequence that I honestly could have just watched forever. I just love the look of the film, and what the film does in just a 1.33 aspect ratio is just quite fascinating in its own self. Of course, it's not a widescreen movie, so you get to see it in the way that most movies were made around that time, and maybe that was made. I mean, I know movies before and after that were starting to use the widescreen element, but maybe the filmmakers wanted to take a hold of that, just like maybe the artists wanted to take a hold of that, as the way the movies were made during that time in the late 1920s. I also love how funny this movie is. I love how satirical it is, especially towards Hollywood. It's willing to make fun of Hollywood and the ideas of relationships, the ideas of fame, the ideas of how your publicist will put things together so it can attract an audience to go see your movie, these fake relationships that I think were just as stupid then, making fun of them then, as they are now. I think a lot of that stuff going on in the movie, yes, is happening in the late 1920s, but it says a lot for what's going on in Hollywood forever and all the phoniness that happens on a daily basis from this crazy business of movie making. So I appreciated that as well, and how it's just kind of a little risky. Maybe more risky during its time when it came out. I don't know if Hollywood wanted to share those certain things at that time, but now, Hollywood's all over the place now that I just like seeing those things again, and I think what it's saying back then really shows what's going on, continuing to going on today, and a nice little reminder of reality when it comes, the real reality when it comes to Hollywood. But I love this film. It puts so much warmth in my heart. The great performance by Debbie Reynolds, especially near the end when it's told to us, it's told to the audience inside the movie that she is the true star of this film, and that's probably that's the case. There's this wonderful scene at the end where the camera focuses on her, and she wants to get out of the theater. She's ashamed. She's just really sad. And Gene Kelly just says, "There's your star. There's your star." And I'm watching this and going, "Yes, there was our star, who passed away a month ago, but her memory and her life and her love and her amazing career will last forever." So watching that scene was quite powerful, and I was very emotional as I embraced that final sequence in the movie. Great talent all around. This is one of the greatest movies ever made. If you haven't got a chance to see Singin' in the Rain, you owe it to yourself. It's available on all formats and all ways to see a film. If you're a true aficionado or just a fan of film, you owe it yourself, and you probably have already seen Singin' in the Rain. It is definitely one of my favorite movies, and it was an honor to see it in the film once again. I really enjoyed it. In the comment box below, let me know what your opinions and your thoughts and your memories. Tell me maybe the first time you saw Singin' in the Rain. I'd really like to know and find out more about the love of this incredible film. Not only a love letter to life itself, but also a love letter to dancing and singing and all the amazing things that Hollywood does have to offer. And I also want to say there was a movie that came out last year that I hope gets a lot of award consideration coming the Oscars next week when their nominations are out. And we're just honoring Singin' in the Rain in its 65th anniversary. I really hope in 65 years we do the same for a little film called La La Land. All right, everyone, thank you again for your time and your energy and for checking out what I have to say. Please, in the comment box below, let me know what you thought of Singin' in the Rain. Goodbye.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video. And also, please check out these amazing movie websites. And if you enjoyed this review, please click here to subscribe to my channel, and also please check out all my recent reviews right here on YouTube. Have a great day, live film, find peace, happiness, and harmony in anything and everything you do, and I'll talk to you at my next movie review.